Hey everybody, this is your host, the Platinum Knight, and welcome to my top 11 anticipated movies of 2023. This is going to be the first top list for my movie channel. These are the films that I am looking forward to, especially in theaters. Some of these movies might be delayed, but for now, all of these films are scheduled to have a 2023 release. Number 11, Scream 6, March 10th, 2023. I remember when I first heard about Scream 5 coming out, I thought it was a bad idea making a sequel without Wes Craven, and ending very well with the fourth installment. Thankfully, I was proven wrong, as Scream 5 was actually really good. Not my favorite, but not the worst either. So far, I think it's too cliche how Scream 6 is taking place in New York, and I don't like how for the first time, Neve Campbell will not be returning to reprise her role as Sidney Prescott due to her not being offered much of a salary. However, the trailer still looks good, and it seems like it's going to be more action-oriented, so I'm hoping for the best. Number 10, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 5th, 2023. Why is it so low on my list? Well, everybody, to be honest, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I didn't exactly like Guardians Volume 2, especially compared to the first film. I don't know, I'm just not that excited about it, but for James Gunn's last Marvel movie, and after being uncancelled from Twitter, and knowing how he's now in charge of the DC Extended Universe, I'm very curious how Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will turn out. Number 9, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, December 25th, 2023. Now I know everybody is wanting to boycott this movie because of Amber Heard, and while I was in that same camp too, the reason why I'm changing my mind is because, for those who don't know, Johnny Depp finally got justice after being domestically abused by Miss Heard, and from what I understand, her role in Aquaman 2 was significantly reduced. With that being said, I'm pretty much going to see this film, mainly because of Jason Momoa and seeing how this is still part of the DC Extended Universe. Number 8, Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel, December 20th, 2023. Currently, this film has no official title after the critical praise of Ghostbusters Afterlife from both fans and critics alike. It's no surprise it would get a sequel, and I would love the cast from the previous installment make a return, especially McKenna Grace as Phoebe. Seeing how Sony is trying to make their own cinematic universe with the Ghostbusters property, I am very curious how all of this will play out. Number 7, Resident Evil Death Island, Summer 2023. This animated film is more catered towards me personally, as I am a huge fan of Resident Evil. Feel free to check out my gaming channel, as I have a good amount of Resident Evil content. I will be doing a Resident Evil 4 remake Let's Play over there, giving away free PSN codes. Link down below. Even if you're not a fan of this franchise, the idea of people being stuck on an island filled with zombies and monsters is a interesting one. I'm happy Chris and Leon are in it, and finally we get to see the long-awaited return of Jill Valentine since Resident Evil 5. Number 6, John Wick Chapter 4, March 24th, 2023. If you've seen any of the previous movies, then you know what to expect. These movies are just your typical badass guns blazing action flicks. I'm ready to see another 2 hours and 50 minutes of Keanu Reeves being cool. Chapter 1 was a film that didn't take itself seriously. Chapter 2 is where the series begins to have a story. Chapter 3 gives an origin for both John Wick and the cult he's in, so I'm very curious which direction Chapter 4 takes. Number 5, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, June 2nd, 2023. After seeing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it was safe to assume there wasn't going to be a sequel as everything concluded very well. But of course, everything has to be a trilogy, seeing 2 more parts are currently in the works. Across the Spider-Verse is supposed to be the first half of one big story. I love Spider-Man. Any movie related to Spider-Man and I'm there, and I can't wait to see more of Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. Number 4, Evil Dead Rise, April 21st, 2023. To be honest, I was a little mixed with this one. Ever since Ash vs. Evil Dead was sadly cancelled, and knowing how Bruce Campbell has made it absolutely clear he's retired from playing Ashley J. Williams, it seemed Evil Dead was done. Then all of a sudden Sam Raimi announced that there will be a new Evil Dead movie, but without Ash or have anything to do with the original series. On one hand, I was disappointed, but on the other hand, it's better than nothing, and based on the trailers, it looks pretty terrifying. Hopefully, it's groovy. Number 3, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, March 17th, 2023. Wow, March is a really big month for movies this year. I loved the first movie. I thought it was wholesome, so now that we're getting a sequel, this instantly puts a smile on my face. While there's already news articles predicting its flop, I'm sure it's at least gonna be just as fun as the original, and I'm more than happy to support it by purchasing a ticket. Number 2, The Super Mario Bros. Movie, April 7th, 2023. Despite what people think of Chris Pratt voicing Mario, I don't care. After seeing the trailers and the success of the Sonic movies, there's a lot of potential here. You can tell it will have humor, some action. The animation looks amazing. This will be the first time in a long time Nintendo allows a studio to make a film based on one of their licenses after the disastrous Super Mario Bros. Live-action movie. I believe this video game film adaptation will be far from being a dud. Number 1, The Flash, June 16th, 2023. Okay, before any of you say anything, yes, Ezra Miller is horrible. He is evil, a criminal, and he belongs in prison. At one point, Warner Bros. Almost canceled this movie, but I guess they just figured, well, since this movie is already finished, might as well release it. However, I'm not watching this movie for him though. I am watching this film for Michael Keaton's Batman. That's it. Plus, this film is supposed to be a reboot of the DC Extended Universe, so I'm curious how that's gonna play out. I honestly wasn't excited for this film, but after the trailer played at the Super Bowl, then that's when I made up my mind. There's also gonna be Supergirl. Ben Affleck is returning as Batman. I'm still not happy how I have to see Mr. Miller's face, but other than that, at least both Batmans or Batmen will make this film worth watching. Alright, everybody, that was my top 11 anticipated movies of 2023. We are getting some really good movies this year to give us a reason to go to the theaters with some popcorn having a good time. What are some of your movies you're looking forward to this year? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to give me a like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for new videos. This has been your host, the Platinum Knight, and peace out, everybody.